What if I told you that one of the most powerful men in the British monarchy is allegedly ready to strip royal titles from his own brother? And, according to sources, he would do it in a heartbeat. That's not a tabloid headline pulled from nowhere. This is reportedly coming from inside the royal circle itself. And here's what makes this story absolutely fascinating. The trigger behind this alleged decision isn't some massive scandal or international incident. According to royal commentators, it's what they're calling a hissy fit. Stay with me, because this gets wild. We're talking about Prince William and his brother Prince Harry, two men who once stood side by side at their mother's funeral, walking behind the same coffin, holding on to each other for support. Now, sources claim the future king is allegedly ready to pull the trigger on a decision that would permanently sever the last remaining thread connecting the Sussexes to the monarchy. But here's the question you're probably asking right now. What actually happened? What pushed William to this point, according to these claims? Let me take you back to this past Tuesday. The royal family gathered in London to mark what would have been the late Queen Elizabeth's 100th birthday. We're talking commemorations at the British Museum, Buckingham Palace, Regent Park, the whole works. Prince William was there, King Charles was there, Camilla, Kate, everyone who matters in the monarchy's inner circle showed up to honor the woman who ruled for 70 decades, except two people. According to reports, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were notably absent. And here's the detail that allegedly raised eyebrows. Harry reportedly sent flowers to his grandmother's grave, but he and Meghan stayed thousands of miles away in Montecito, California. Now, here's where I insert my own take. Look, I get it. They live in California. They have their own lives. But missing your grandmother's 100th birthday celebration when every other major royal shows up? That's going to raise questions. And according to royal commentators, it allegedly raised more than questions. It raised William's blood pressure. But wait, because the timeline gets even more interesting. Just days before this London commemoration, the Sussexes completed a 4-day trip to Australia. That's right, they were literally on the other side of the world, carrying out engagements tied to their passions and projects. The last time they visited Australia as a couple was back in 2018, when they were still working royals. Fast forward to now, and according to sources, the contrast between their independent overseas appearances and their absence from a major royal family event allegedly did not go unnoticed. This brings us to the core of the drama. The Sun's royal commentator Jane Moore reportedly said something that has royal watchers buzzing. According to Moore, Prince William allegedly shares the same stance as his late grandmother, the Queen who famously told Harry and Meghan that they couldn't be half in and half out members of the royal family. And here's the quote that everyone is talking about. Moore claimed that after being told this, Harry and Meghan flounced off to America in a hissy fit. Those are the words being used, not mine, allegedly from a royal commentator. Now, let me pause right here and give you a mini payoff. Remember when the Queen said that? It was during the Sandringham Summit in January 2020 when Harry and Meghan announced they wanted to step back as senior royals. The late Queen, according to multiple sources at the time, was firm. You're in or you're out. No half measures, no part-time royals. And according to this new claim, William has apparently adopted that same philosophy. But here's the massive curiosity gap that just opened up. What would actually happen if William became king tomorrow? According to Moore, the heir would allegedly remove Harry and Meghan's royal titles in a heartbeat. Not next year, not after negotiations, in a heartbeat. Think about what that means. The Duke and Duchess titles gone. HRS status already gone after Meg X, but the Duke title is the big one. That's the title Harry has held since his wedding day. That's the title his children, Archie and Lilibet, have been reportedly associated in royal circles. According to this claim, William allegedly wouldn't hesitate. He would reportedly finish what the Queen started and what King Charles has allegedly been too hesitant to complete. But here's where I add some analysis. Let's be real for a second. Is this actually going to happen? King Charles is currently on the throne, not William, and King Charles, according to multiple reports over the years, has allegedly taken a softer approach to his younger son. There have been olive branches, there have been private phone calls, there was that time Charles reportedly asked to see his grandchildren more often. So, the real question isn't what William would do, it's whether Charles will ever let it get to that point. And that's the tension that allegedly exists within the palace walls right now. Let me give you another dopamine hit of satisfaction. Remember the Netflix documentary, the book, the interviews. Each one allegedly added another layer of distance between the brothers. According to sources close to the palace, William reportedly felt personally betrayed by some of the claims Harry made about the royal household. And now, with this latest development, the absence from the Queen's centenary, the Australia trip right before, sources claim William's patience is allegedly wearing thin. But here's the hook that should keep you watching. What if William isn't the only one who feels this way? According to some royal analysts, the broader royal household, the courtiers, the senior advisors, the traditionalists who keep the monarchy running, allegedly share William's view. The thinking reportedly goes like this: if you're not contributing to the institution, if you're actively criticizing it from the outside while profiting from your association with it, why should you keep the titles? It's a fair question, isn't it? I mean, imagine quitting your job, moving across the world, publicly criticizing your former employer, and then showing up at the company anniversary party expecting a standing ovation. That analogy might be oversimplified, but you get the point. Now here's where this story takes an even more fascinating turn. According to the same royal commentator, the hissy fit reference isn't just about leaving, it's reportedly about how they left. The late Queen allegedly offered compromises. She reportedly wanted to find a solution that would allow Harry and Meghan to have more independence while still representing the crown in some capacity. But according to sources, the Sussexes allegedly rejected every proposal and announced their departure before anything was officially agreed upon. That move, reportedly, is what allegedly still stings within palace walls. And according to Moore's analysis, William allegedly hasn't forgotten it. But let me give you my honest opinion here, and remember, this is just my take as someone following this story. The royal family has survived wars, scandals, divorces, and centuries of drama. 2 missing family members at a birthday commemoration isn't going to bring down the monarchy. But what this story reveals is something deeper. It's not about titles, it's about trust. And according to these claims, whatever trust remained between William and Harry allegedly evaporated a long time ago. The titles, those are just symbols. The real story is 2 brothers who reportedly can't find their way back to each other. Now here's the curiosity gap that will keep you thinking after this video ends. What happens when William becomes king? Not if, when. It's going to happen eventually. And according to this commentator, the moment William ascends the throne, the clock allegedly starts ticking on the Sussex titles. But here's the twist. Harry reportedly doesn't even need the title. He's built a multi-million-dollar brand in California. He's got Netflix deals, book deals, speaking engagements. So why would he care? According to some analysts, it's reportedly about the children, Archie and Lilibet. The titles, however symbolic, allegedly connect them to their heritage, their cousins, their family history. And that's reportedly what makes this entire situation so heartbreaking. Before I wrap this up, let me add one more layer of context. The late Queen, who would have been 100 years old this week, was reportedly the glue that held this family together. Multiple royal biographers have claimed that she was the one who mediated between William and Harry, who smoothed over tensions, who kept things from boiling over. With her gone, according to sources, there's allegedly no one left with that same authority. King Charles reportedly tries, but his influence allegedly doesn't carry the same weight. And William? According to these claims, he's reportedly done playing nice. So where does this leave us? According to the reports we've covered today, Prince William would allegedly remove Harry and Meghan's royal titles without hesitation. The trigger? A combination of the hissy-fit departure, the ongoing public criticisms, and most recently the absence from the late Queen's centenary while simultaneously travelling to Australia for independent engagements. Royal commentator Jane Moore reportedly made these claims in The Sun, drawing a direct line from the late Queen's half-in, half-out stance to William's alleged current position. But here's what we don't know. We don't know if William has actually said any of this privately. We don't know if King Charles would allow it. We don't know if Harry even cares about the titles anymore. And we definitely don't know what will happen when the succession finally happens. Those are open questions. Those are the loops that remain unanswered. And honestly, those are probably the only things keeping this royal drama alive at this point. Here's my final take, and again, this is just me thinking out loud. The monarchy isn't going to collapse because of title disputes. It survived worse. But watching two brothers who used to share so much pain drift this far apart, that's genuinely sad. Royal or not, rich or poor, family drama hits different when you realize these are real people with real relationships falling apart in public. According to reports, William allegedly feels betrayed. Harry reportedly feels unheard. And somewhere in the middle, the late Queen's 100th birthday came and went with one grandson at her grave and the other grandson at her commemoration, but never the two in the same room. That's not a headline. That's just tragic. Thanks for watching. If you want to stay updated on this developing story, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. And drop a comment. Do you think William would actually remove the titles, or is this just speculation? I read every single one.